Right, Jack, there are still some lingering questions about the contract and the buyout of former head coach Brian Kelly.
The governor doubled down on his position this afternoon on air with Matt Moscona in 104.5 ESPN Radio. News 2's Haley Jefferson breaks down that conversation and Moscona's concerns.
Michael, Sylvia, Governor Landry is standing firm on his previous statements regarding the search for a new head football coach and who was responsible for Kelly's contract buyout.
Louisiana State University is a subdivision of the state, and ultimately the taxpayers are responsible under that contract.
During an interview with Matt Moscona Thursday, Governor Jeff Landry doubling down on his previous statement that taxpayers could be responsible for the $53 million buyout of former head coach Brian Kelly. According to Landry, if no one steps up to foot the bill, it will fall back on taxpayers.
No one came to the mansion and said, hey, I got a $53 million check. Don't worry, Governor, we got this.
This, despite no precedent for this in the past.
But there is no example anywhere ever of that happening with LSU. So private funds will fund Brian Kelly's buyout. The taxpayers are not going to be on the hook.
Within the last week, Governor Landry spoke about LSU football on several occasions. Most recently in a press conference saying athletic director Scott Woodward would not be selecting the next head football coach. We discussed the impact this could have on the outlook of future coaches with sports radio host Matt Moscona, long before it was officially announced that Woodward would be parting ways with the university.
I think if a coach is potentially interested in the LSU job, first thing you're going to want to know is who's your boss. Well, the governor's saying in no uncertain terms that Scott Woodward isn't going to make this hire. It calls into question if Scott Woodward's going to continue to be the athletic director. So why would a coach take a job not knowing who their boss is going to be?
Governor Landry says if the state of Louisiana is part of the contract for the next head football coach, it should be incentive-based.
I think if the state of Louisiana knows going in, hey, look, this is the minimum amount, but guess what? Every time we make one of these metrics, that the coach gets bonused up, and maybe that bonus adds up over time to be $100 million, that's fine, because that increases ticket sales and vendor sales. That means you bring in more tax base into Baton Rouge. Again, all of those things generate the economy. That's responsible contracting.
Other universities across the country already implement incentive-based contracts.
If you sign a coach to an incentive-based contract, you're not going to be able to attract the top coaches. So if you want to get Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss, you're going to have to pay him $100 million and guarantee it all. If you're not willing to do that and you want to attract a coach on an incentive-laden deal, you can do it. You got to lower your standard.
As for the search for the next head coach, Governor Landry says he will not be selecting the head coach. He says the coach will be selected by a committee put in place by the LSU Board of Supervisors. No word yet on who will be on that committee to select the next head football coach. Michael, Sylvia.
Haley Jefferson reporting.